Hi everyone, we are back with our esthetician theory series. We are working out of our Foundations Milady book and we are on chapter 4, which is the healthy professional. Let's begin. Explain the healthy professional. For your own benefit, as well as for the benefit of your clients and the longevity of your career, you should have a basic understanding of how to maintain your health and well-being on the job. Making the right nutritional choices and drinking plenty of water is a good place to start. You've heard people say you are what you eat, so strive to be well balanced, vitamin rich, and hydrated. On the flip side, skin disorders, fatigue, stress, depression, poor focus, and some diseases can be caused by an unhealthy diet or improper hydration. Beyond eating and drinking properly, healthy professionals are also aware of their body movements at work, moving safely and efficiently to avoid putting unneeded stress on their body in what are physically demanding service jobs. You've got a long career ahead of you, and understanding of ergonomics will help you make it through a little less painful. All right, we are now on page 74 at the top. Beauty professionals should study and have a thorough understanding of the healthy professional because, again, maintaining a strong, healthy body directly impacts the health of your practice, and your practice itself is related to nutrition and wellness in many ways. Understanding proper nutrition for the body to maintain optimum energy levels throughout the day is beneficial for all practitioners and their clients. Knowing when to take a sick day when you feel ill is an important responsibility regarding your coworkers and clients. Avoiding work-related injuries through care and ergonomics leads to longer career with less overall pain. You should be aware of the unique challenges presented by pregnancy in the salon or barbershop to ensure your client's safety. Discuss nutritional needs in a beauty context. All bodily functions, including the building of tissue, are directly related to nutrition. The process involved in taking in nutrition and assimilating and utilizing them. The food we eat and the water we drink are the basic building blocks of life. Food are broken down into basic molecules that are then delivered to every cell in the human body. These molecules are used by the cells to repair damage, form new cells, and provide energy that enables our bodies to perform numerous functions. The skin is nourished by the blood through the arteries and capillaries in the circulatory system. Think of the body as a factory. All the necessary systems, department, units, and components for the factory to function optimally are contained within the foods we consume. As we know, beauty professionals are not licensed dietitians, nor are we adequately trained in nutrition to legally recommend dietary changes to our clients. Clients may be taking medication for health conditions such as diabetes or high blood pressure. That can be negatively affected by misleading advice, including supplement recommendations. However, it is beneficial for anyone practicing personal care services such as aesthetics to have a good working knowledge of nutrition and how the body is affected by the foods we consume. Please highlight and put a star next to the following. Good nutrition is necessary for healthy skin, hair, and nails. Essential nutritions. There are 6 classes of nutrients that the body needs. We have carbohydrates needed for energy to run every function within the body. 2 will be vitamins required for many food functions to occur, including normal metabolism. Please put a star next to fats. So fats needed for many body functions, including hormones, sebum production, and absorption of fat-soluble vitamins A, D, and E, and K. Minerals used by cells to produce important biochemicals that have many body functions. Next, we have proteins. Please put a star next to proteins. Important for building muscle and blood tissues and for cell repair and replacement. We're on page 75 at the top, you guys. Water, necessary for virtually every function of the cells and body, makes up to 50 to 70% of the body's weight. These essential nutrients are obtained through eating and drinking. The body cannot make nutrients in sufficient amounts to sustain itself properly. The United States Department of Agriculture developed a program called My Plate to help people determine the amount of food they need to eat from the 5 basic food groups. The food groups are grains, dairy, vegetables, protein foods such as meats, poultry, seafood, beans, and eggs, and fruits. Eating the recommended amount of food from the 5 basic groups is the best way to support and maintain the health of the body, skin, and nails. See the recommended daily food amounts in figure 4.1. Again, that is here at the bottom of page 75. All right. In addition to creating the recommendations included in the My Plate program, the USDA and the United States Department of Health and Human Services have established dietary guidelines to assist people with achieving a balanced diet. Eat a variety of foods. Select a diet that is high in fresh fruits, vegetables, and grain products and low in fats, saturated fats, and cholesterol. Consume moderate amounts of salt and sugar, including the sodium and modified sugars that are in prepared food products. Drink an appropriate amount of water. That's an absolute must. We know that. Keep consumption of alcoholic beverages to a minimum. Balance your diet with the right amount of physical activity and maintain or improve your weight. For much more information on necessary vitamins and minerals in this diet, visit the National Institutes of Health, and there is the website there for additional information. All right, we're now at the bottom of page 76. Vitamins and dietary supplements. Vitamins play an important role in the body's health, aiding in healing, fighting disease, and maintaining the skin, hair, and nails. There are 13 essential vitamins: A, C, D, E, K, and B complex vitamins. Vitamins A, D, and E, and K are fat-soluble vitamins found in fats in foods and can be stored in the body. Vitamins C and B complex are water-soluble, meaning the body uses and loses them quickly, so they must be replenished regularly. Vitamins such as A, C, D, and E have been shown to have positive effects on the skin's health when taken by mouth. If a person's daily food consumption is lacking in nutrients, vitamin and mineral supplements can help provide some of the nutrients needed. Please highlight and put a star next to the following. Be sure to read the recommended daily allowance, also known as RDA, for each vitamin and mineral supplement. These recommendations are listed on all supplement labels. If you have any questions or concerns about the supplement, especially if the level of any nutrient is over 100% of the RDA, contact the manufacturer either by phone or through a website. Remember that vitamins are nutritional supplements, not cosmetic ingredients. In fact, the law prohibits manufacturers from claiming that any beauty products or cosmetics have nutritional value. All right. We are now on page 77. The following vitamins are particularly significant effects on the skin. All right, we have vitamin A, supports the overall health of the skin. It aids in the health function and repairs the skin cells. It has been shown to improve the skin's elasticity and thickness. Vitamin C, please highlight and put a star next to vitamin C. Put a star next to vitamin D and E. Again, when I say to put a star next to certain terms or sentences, it is because you will be asked over this on your test, on a paper test, not necessarily your state board exam, but still, this is very good information that you must know. All right, again, vitamin C is an important substance needed for the proper repair of the skin and tissues. This vitamin aids in and accelerates the skin's healing process, as well as boosting the immune system. Vitamin C also is vitally important in fighting the aging process and promotes the production of collagen in the skin's dermal tissues, keeping the skin healthy and firm. And who doesn't love that, right? Vitamin D enables the body to properly absorb and use calcium, the element needed for proper bone development and maintenance. Vitamin D also promotes rapid healing of the skin. Next will be vitamin E. Vitamin E helps protect the skin from the harmful effects of the sun's UV light. Some people claim that vitamin E helps to heal damage to the skin's tissues when taken by mouth. Because the nutrients the body needs for proper functioning and survival must come primarily from what we eat and drink, you should not depend on supplements to make up for poor nutrition. If your daily food consumption is lacking in nutrients, you should strive to improve your diet rather than relying on vitamins and mineral supplements to provide nourishment. Clients may occasionally ask you about nutrition and their skin. You can refer them to some of the informational websites, listed within this chapter. If clients ask you detailed questions about nutrition, you should tell them to seek advice from a physician or a registered dietitian or nutritionist. All right, now let's talk about proper hydration. We are at the top of page 78. There is one essential nutrient no person can live without, and that is water. You guessed it, water. Drinking pure water is indispensable to keeping the body healthy. It sustains cells' health, aids in elimination of toxins and waste, helps regulate body temperature, and aids in proper digestion. When all of these functions perform properly, they help the skin, hair, and nails stay healthy, vital, and attractive. All right, water facts. Let's talk about some water facts. Please highlight and put a star next to where it says an estimated 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated. That is not good. Research suggests that the benefits of water on human health and functionings are many. Even mild dehydration will slow down the metabolism by as much as 3%. Drinking lots of water can help stop hunger pangs for many dieters. Lack of water is the number one cause of daytime fatigue. A 2% drop in body water can trigger fuzzy short-term memory, trouble with basic math, and difficulty in focusing on a computer screen or printed page. Interesting, right? Very interesting. So water intake requirements. This is really important. The amount of water needed by an individual vary depending on body weight and level of daily physical activity. So the human body requires approximately 2 liters of fluid a day just to replace the fluid lost from simply existing, walking, standing, breathing. That's 8 ounces, okay, 8-ounce glasses of water per day at a bare minimum. Drinking 9 to 12 glasses of water a day is an average recommendation. Here's an easy formula to help you determine how much water is needed every day for maximum physical health. Please highlight the following. So what you do is you take your body weight and divide it by 2. Then divide this number by 8. The resulting number approximates how many 8 ounces of glasses of water you should drink every day. So for instance, if you weigh 160 pounds, you should drink 10 glasses of water a day. If you engage in intense physical activity each day, add 2 extra glasses of water to the final number. This will help replace extra fluids lost while you were exercising. Drinking excessive amounts of water is also not recommended, so increase the amount further only if you are thirsty or dehydrated. As with all healthy habits, moderation is usually the best choice for nutritional balance. All right. So again, you guys, water is so important. All right. I must admit, I feel like sometimes I do not drink enough water. I have to constantly remind myself, but trust me, we all need to drink a lot of water. Describe how immunity keeps the body safe. Given all the pathogens we encounter every day, it seems amazing that most of us are generally healthy. We owe that to our immune system. Immunity refers to the ability of the body to resist and destroy pathogens and respond to infection. We're at the top of page 180. A key element of this is the ability of the immune system to identify potential threats and protect the body, often without us knowing that we are at risk. Immunity against disease is a sign of good health and can be either natural or acquired. So what does that mean? Please highlight and put a star next to natural immunity. So natural immunity is partly inherited and partly developed through you and your healthy eating, healthy living habits, okay? Acquired immunity, in the other hand, is developed after you have overcoming a certain disease through an inoculation, such as the flu vaccine, for example, or through exposure to natural allergens, such as pollen or even cat dander and ragweed. All right? Improve your immune system. Think of your immune system as the military defense of a country. It is constantly aware of potential threats and works behind the scenes to reduce risk and fight against intruders, you guys. Much like the military, its success is dependent on having functional components. For your immune system to work well and protect and heal your body, it must be healthy. For some people, illness or medication may impair their immune system. However, for most of us, a healthy immune system is the result of lifestyle choices. The most important of these choices, as far as the immune system is concerned, are, again, proper nutrition, okay? Choosing foods that provide a variety of nutrients, sleep, okay? Most adults require 8 to 9 hours a night of sleep. Not smoking, okay? Not smoking. The use of tobacco products significantly damages all systems of the body, including the immune system. Put a star next to that. While other factors such as exercise, alcohol use, and stress certainly play a part in the health of the immune system, nutrition, sleep, and not smoking are key. All right, now let's talk about antibiotics. Again, and we are at the bottom of page 80. Be careful with antibiotics. Sick when prevention and immunity fails us. While some illnesses have run their course, such as those caused by viruses, those caused by bacteria can generally be treated with antibiotics. Antibiotics are substances that kill or slow the growth of bacteria and other microorganisms. While antibiotics seem commonplace today, they are relatively new, becoming widely prescribed only in the late 1950s. Indeed, the discovery of antibiotics changed healthcare and allowed many to live who might have otherwise died. Unfortunately, today, antibiotics are widely overused, leading to the development of new, stronger strains of bacteria that are often resistant to these miracle drugs. For antibiotics to continue to save lives, we must be good stewards of their use today. This means that you should take them only when you have a bacterial illness. Take only those that have been prescribed for you. Please highlight that and put a star next to it. Again, take only those that have been prescribed for you and complete the full course of a treatment. That is very important. Again, some of us take antibiotics when we're feeling sick. We started and 2 days later we're like, oh, I'm fine. I feel good now, and we stop taking them. That is not the proper way to go about it. We must finish the full course of treatment. As a beauty professional, remember that some antibiotics can create skin sensitivity and reactions that you may see in your clients. If a client tells you that they are on any type of antibiotics or are experiencing skin sensitivities, it is extremely important, you guys, to patch test any chemicals prior to a service. Put a star next to the word a patch test and highlight it. Also known as a predisposition test, it is a test for identifying any possible allergies on a client, and usually a patch test will be done on the inside of your client's wrist, right in this area, or behind the ear, okay? And usually done sometimes 24 to 48 hours before treatment. Again, this is done if you're treating a first-time client. Again, if you are aware that they have very sensitive skin, that it's when you can obviously go about doing a patch test, and we will discuss patch testing a little further later on, okay? Explain when to take a sick day. When you are employed by a salon, spa, or a barbershop, again, this chapter is talking about just in general people in the beauty industry itself. So you will see the word barbershop or hair salon on this chapter a lot, okay? You will be made aware of various companies' policies, including the official sick policy. From time to time, you may find yourself feeling under the weather, forced to balance the expectation of this policy with your busy schedule. In these cases, you will have to make a choice whether to go to work sick or obviously stay home, right? So staying home. For beauty professionals, time is money. All right, that is true. Time is money. And the decisions to stay home is a big one, both for your clients and obviously your bank account. However, some illnesses are highly contagious and put not only your clients, but also the health of your salon, spa, or barbershop, wherever you work, you put them at risk. If you're running a fever or experiencing vomiting or diarrhea, you should stay home until you have been cleared by a doctor or your symptoms have disappeared. Even a simple cold, you guys, while not generally dangerous, can be easily spread to your clients and then their families, as well as to your coworkers, which obviously does hurt the business as a whole. So that's something to think about. All right, top of page 82. If you decide to go to work, it is important to remember that you are possibly contagious and practice the following. You want to practice the following. okay? Avoid shaking hands. Nothing spreads illness faster than this simple act intended to be obviously welcoming and polite. Wash your hands, okay? Wash hands prior to every client. While this is the rule in most cases, in most states, and really in anything that you do before you start any type of treatment, you want to make sure that you wash your hands and that sanitize them. Very few professionals have the time to actually do this in practice. That's sad. Even if hand washing can reduce the risk of spreading illness by up to 70%, washing our hands properly with an antibacterial soap is a must, okay? Highlight and put a star next to the following. Sneeze into your elbow. When you know you are going to sneeze, bring the crook of your elbow to your face, forcing respiratory droplets to the ground. Avoid sneezing into your hands. That is very important. All right. All right. Consider covering up. Protective equipment like gloves, masks are highly effective at reducing the spread of illness causing bacteria. While wearing a mask or gloves may seem awkward to you, your clients will understand and appreciate the precaution. Increase fluids. Give your body the resources it needs to allow your immune system to do its job. Water is always essential. And of course, last one, see a doctor if your symptoms are very persistent and they do not go away. Everybody gets sick. Your manager, coworkers, and clients all know this and will be ready to help you reschedule appointments and make sure you're covered. In the meantime, just focus on feeling better. All professions run this risk of certain health problems. However, some are much more common for beauty professionals. These are also mostly preventable or easily treated, and ignoring them could lead to more complex issues. All right, now let's talk about allergies. I know a lot of us suffer from allergies, me included, so let's highlight the first few sentences and put a star next to allergies. Are hypersensitivity disorders of the immune system. Allergic reactions occur when a person's immune system reacts negatively to normal, harmless substances in the environment. Such reactions are often manifested by itching eyes, a runny nose, wheezing, a skin rash, or diarrhea. Many of the allergies that developed in beauty professionals are related to a few common sources. For instance, fragrances in products, preservatives in products, chemicals used in services, or excessive exposure to moisture. You may work for many years with the product without having any issues and suddenly notice signs of a developing allergy. This may begin as an irritation only and then develop into something that can make it painful to do your job. While it may be difficult to determine the source of the allergic reaction, the symptoms will continue to get worse with repeated exposure. If you cannot remove the allergen, a visit to your physician may offer some solutions. While the use of gloves can limit your exposure to chemicals, it is important to wash and thoroughly dry your hands after you take them off. In fact, the importance of thoroughly drying your hands after every exposure to moisture cannot be overstated. That's something we need to do. Once you have dried your hands, use a lotion or cream to restore moisture to the skin and enhance the skin's integrity. Always be cautious of ongoing irritation and symptoms, and be very vigilant about limiting exposure. Back, hip, and foot pain. Proper ergonomics is the best prevention for many of the bone and joint pains associated with being a beauty professional. However, there are several other things you can do to avoid and reduce the pain associated with this profession. All right, so while style is important, one of the most important decisions you will make is what footwear you choose to wear at work every day, particularly for those who stand anywhere between 8 to 10 hours a day. Improper footwear creates a tremendous amount of pressure on your feet and can lead to a lifelong issue and pain. Choosing a shoe that offers support to all parts of the foot, including the arch, is extremely important. Please highlight that and put a star next to it. All right, we're now on page 84. Maintain a healthy weight for your frame is sometimes hard to do, but it is another joint saver when you are on your feet all day. The joints of your hips, knees, and ankles were not designed to hold extra weight in a largely stationary position for long periods of time. Consider support hose or even stockings to avoid painful or dangerous varicose veins. These are hereditary for many people. However, even these tendencies can be mitigated by use of compression garments, okay, like compression socks, for example. Again, we're talking about dehydration. While everyone knows that staying hydrated is an important component of good health, it is often hard to do on a daily basis. When working in a salon or spa, it can be difficult to drink the proper amount of fluids and also find the time to go to the bathroom. Nevertheless, making the decision to restrict fluids to avoid bathroom breaks can have consequences on your health and obviously your well-being. In addition, your body relies on water in the food you eat. So if you're also skipping meals, that adds to your water deficit, okay? Put a star next to the following. The initial sign of dehydration may be subtle. By the time you feel thirsty, guess what? You are already dehydrated. If you let the problem persist, the symptoms will continue to escalate with dizziness, increased heart rate, and fainting. And that's something we want to avoid at all costs. Remember, your body requires water to function, and your clients deserve your best judgment and steady hands when providing a service. Things that could be jeopardizing by allowing yourself to become dehydrated. So let's avoid that from happening, you guys. Okay, I don't think most of you will be really dealing with this very much. If anything, very minimal, maybe when waxing, but not really. So hair splinters and obviously cuts. Both hair splinters and cuts are common for those who work with hair, even among the most experienced professionals. While this can seem like a minor thing at times, they also present the opportunity for infection. A hair splinter should be removed immediately by softening the skin using warm water and removing the splinter with tweezers. The hand should be washed afterwards with soap and water and in an antiseptic. A cut should also be washed immediately with soap and water and antiseptic or antibiotic product applied prior to applying your bandage. Okay, now we are on page 85 at the very bottom. Protect yourself with proper body mechanics. Your muscles and bones work together as a musculoskeletal system, allowing you to walk, raise your arm, and use your fingers. Ergonomics is a science of designing the workplace as well as its equipment and tools to make specific body movements more comfortable, efficient, and safe. For example, we're on page 86. A hydraulic chair or treatment table can be raised or lower to accommodate beauty professionals of different heights, allowing each professional to service clients without bending over too far. Certain tools such as shears are designed to eliminate hand fatigue because repetitive movements are of particular concerns, like carpal tunnel, for instance. Each year, hundreds of beauty professionals report musculoskeletal disorder, including carpal tunnel syndrome, which is a wrist injury, and back injuries. Beauty professionals may have to stand or sit all day and perform repetitive movements. This makes them susceptible to problems of the hands, wrists, shoulders, neck, back, feet, and legs. put a star next to where it says prevention is the key to avoiding problems. An awareness of your posture and movement, coupled with good work habits, proper tools, and equipment, will enhance your health and your comfort. When working in the treatment room, I usually do like to sit, and I use what is called a saddle stool. The saddle stool is awesome. I love it because it does prevent you from having back pain. Okay. So posture, your posture is very important. Good posture conveys an image of confidence and can prevent fatigue and many other physical problems. Sitting or standing improperly can put a great deal of stress on your back, shoulders, neck, and legs. Having good posture allows you to get through the day feeling good and doing your best work. Practice the following guidelines for maintaining a more stress-free standing posture. Okay, so hold your head up and chin parallel to the floor. Keep your neck elongated and balanced directly above the shoulders. Lift your upper body so that your chest is up and out. Do not slouch. Work your shoulders level and relaxed. Stand with your spine straight. Just as there are mechanically correct postures for standing, there are also correct sitting postures. Use the following guidelines to learn to sit in a balanced position. So what do? We have to keep your hips leveled and horizontal, not tilted forward or backwards. Flex your knees slightly and position them over your feet. Lower your body smoothly into a chair, keeping your back straight. Place the soles of your feet on the floor directly under your knees. Keep the seat of the chair even with your knees. This will allow the upper and lower legs to form a 90-degree angle at the knees. Distribute your body weight evenly on both hips. Put a star next to that. Keep your torso erect. When sitting at a desk, make sure that it is correct at its correct height so that the upper and lower part of your arm form a right angle when you are writing. And again, you can see an example here. I know in some treatment rooms it is hard to sit, so you will have to stand. But again, if you have an adjustable bed, you are able to sit during treatment. So you want to make sure that the client is right at your chest level so that you're not scooping over and potentially hurting your back. So that's very important. Again, ergonomics, it's something that we've repeated throughout this chapter. Ergonomics is important in your ability to work and in your body's wellness. Repetitive motions have a cumulative effect on the muscles and joints. To avoid problems, monitor yourself as you work to see if you are falling into these bad habits, okay? Put a star next to where it says gripping or squeezing implements too tightly. Bending your wrist or down repeatedly, or contouring your wrist when using the tools of your profession. Holding your arms too far away from your body as you work. Holding your elbows at more than a 60-degree angle away from your body for extended periods of time. Elbows should be close to the body when cutting. Again, you will not be doing any cutting if you're an esthetician. Again, this chapter is a general information for all beauty professionals. Use ergonomically designed implements. Keep your back and neck straight. Stand on an anti-fatigue mat. Those are awesome, by the way. When standing to cut hair, position your legs, hips, hip wide apart, bend your knees slightly, and align your pelvic area with your abdomen. Again, counter the negative impact of repetitive motions or long periods spent in one's position by stretching and walking around in intervals. Always put your well-being first. On page 89, lifting mechanics. Whether you are lifting, be it patients off tables in the treatment rooms or boxes onto shelves in the storage room. Always follow these safe lifting guidelines. One will be keep feet about shoulder width apart, keep chin up and neck straight, bend at the knees, not at the back. Keep objects close to your body. Do not twist your body when lifting or carrying. Excel when lifting. Lift with the legs, not with the back. Push or pull instead of lifting. Put a star next to number 9. Never reach more than 18 inches away from the body. And last, avoid fast, jerky motions when lifting. There's an example there. On page 90, recognize the challenges posed with pregnancy. The most critical development of the fetus, the brain, and the heart are completed within 12 weeks. During this time, exposure to chemicals should be minimal and only when necessary. If you're trying to get pregnant, it is important that you pay attention to chemical labels both at home and at work. Even cleaning chemicals that are used every day have precautionary statements about their use during pregnancy. So as you begin to think about childbearing, reread the labels and understand the safe use of certain products. It is important to remember that everything that touches your skin is absorbed, as is every fume or vapor that you inhale. While this might be a risk you are willing to take for yourself, it is not a safe decision for your unborn baby. When your clients tell you that they are pregnant, or you can see for yourself, that's sometimes, it is important to review with them the chemicals being used in their service and allow them the opportunity to read the labels or the SDS sheet if they wish. When in doubt, direct the client to their physician and give them time to make a decision that they're comfortable with in terms of service during pregnancy. When it comes to aesthetics, there are a lot of treatments that you are not allowed to do on someone who is pregnant. Now you can have a pregnancy facial on your service menu, but again, you have to be very careful with products that will be used, avoiding any type of acids or really strong ingredients. So be very, very careful when treating women who are pregnant. Again, regardless of who is pregnant, the following precautions should be followed. Always extend your arm the full length with using a spray and direct spray away from your client and your client. So when possible, spray with a container held below the waistline. Wear gloves during any chemical process, including cleaning. Ensure that the gloves you have chosen are appropriate for the chemicals that you are using. So for example, gloves made from petroleum products are broken down by products containing petroleum. Avoid sitting at a pedicure bowl when the adjacent one is being disinfectant. Running disinfectant or bleach through the pedicure jets causes chemicals to become airborne, and of course, washing your hands frequently. All right. Apply the healthy professional. All right, congratulations on completing this chapter. Before you move on, take a moment to think about these healthy professional topics applied to your particular discipline. Discuss with a classmate or study group possible injuries to avoid during your services, and obviously so on. All right, so that is the end of chapter 4. It's not a very long chapter, but of course has a lot of very helpful information that I hope you guys can retain most of this. Again, like I always like to say, please do not ignore the glossary in the back of the chapter. That will help you with a lot of terminology. If you want to start out by making flashcards, you are more than welcome to help you remember this information. That is it for this chapter. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope it helps you. We'll see you on the next one.